Welcome, the Chosen Ones. This message from Chosen Pathways did not find you by accident. God Himself has led you here for a divine and specific reason. For months, perhaps even years, you have been praying for clarity, for confirmation, and for a deeper understanding of your unique purpose. Today, heaven is responding. There is a mantle over your life that carries the same spiritual weight and divine influence that Solomon possessed. A mantle that does not just draw wealth to you, but also imparts the profound wisdom to manage it, to multiply it, and to use it for God's glorious purpose. You are not just blessed, you have been entrusted. You are not just favored, you have been selected. And now, in this season of your life, the season we call the bloom, the realms of both unprecedented wealth and supernatural wisdom are being magnetically pulled toward your life because of the sacred weight that you carry. Let us break this down into 7 divine chapters so that you can fully understand what is happening to you and through you right now. Before we dive into this divine revelation, make sure you like this video, share it with another soul on their chosen path, and subscribe to this channel, because this message is not just another video. It is a sacred confirmation that you carry the Solomon mantle. If your spirit feels the weight and truth of this word, type 777 in the comments right now. That number is not a coincidence. It is a prophetic signal, a spiritual code that confirms to both heaven and earth that you are aligned, chosen, and ready to walk in the realm of wisdom and wealth that has been calling your name. Not everyone will make it to the end of this transmission. It is reserved only for those who are truly mantled with purpose and for those who have been patiently enduring their hidden season. For those who stay, you will receive a profound clarity, divine blueprints for your next steps, and a fresh activation of the spiritual inheritance that has been waiting patiently for you. This is not just a one-time listen. This is a layered transmission, a living word. Each time you replay it, your spirit will catch a deeper dimension, a new key, a hidden strategy, a divine instruction sent straight from the throne room of God. Let us begin. Chapter 1. The Solomon Signal. Why Heaven Trusts You. Solomon's story did not begin with wealth. It began with a choice. When God offered him anything his heart desired, he did not ask for fame. He did not ask for riches. He did not ask for revenge against his enemies. Instead, in a moment of profound humility, he asked for wisdom. And in doing so, he revealed the true nature of his heart. That singular decision echoed through the corridors of heaven like a trumpet blast, and it told God everything he needed to know about Solomon's readiness for true leadership, for immense influence, and for unparalleled divine favor. And chosen one, whether you realize it or not, you have been making that same decision your entire life. While others around you were desperately chasing clout, you were quietly chasing clarity. While people were begging God for the spotlight, you were on your knees asking Him for spiritual sight. You were not praying for more followers. You were praying for more insight. You were not trying to go viral. You were trying to stay aligned. That posture, that sacred hunger, has set you apart. That deep yearning for truth has made heaven take notice. You have shown God, time and time again, that what you want most is not the gift, but the giver. You did not crave the crown of worldly success. You crave the calling of divine purpose. And because of that pure heart posture, the Solomon signal has been activated over your life. You did not have to beg for this mantle. You have inherited it through your spiritual integrity. You did not compromise your values to be seen. You stayed obedient in the dark to be prepared. And now, just as He did with Solomon, God is preparing to add everything to you that you did not ask for: the wealth, the influence, the elevation, and the access, because you have proven that your motives are pure. Heaven trusts you with this powerful mantle. Why? Because you do not idolize the blessing, you honor the one who gives it. That is why you are now receiving divine downloads and strategic ideas that others cannot seem to access. That is why revelation is flowing to you with ease while others are still desperately seeking a basic confirmation. That is why you are sensing divine instructions that no one else around you can hear, because your spiritual frequency has been finely tuned to a higher realm. This is not a random occurrence. This is divine recognition. Heaven has recognized your heart posture, your humility, and your holy hunger. You have consistently thought differently from the beginning, even when it cost you friendships. You have heard differently, even when it made you the outcast. You have obeyed differently, even when you did not understand the full picture. And so now, you are being positioned differently. You are not behind in life. You are being strategically elevated on heaven's timeline. You are not overlooked. You have been reserved for a season of divine visibility. You are not random. You are royalty in disguise. The Solomon signal is not just a fleeting moment. It is a lifelong mantle. And the reason that both wealth and wisdom are beginning to flow toward you in this season of the bloom is because your spirit has proven that it can be trusted with both. You carry the Solomon code, and heaven is responding with abundance. Chapter 2. You are wired for divine strategy. Solomon was not just a wise man who could offer profound quotes. He was a divine strategist. His wisdom did not just come with abstract knowledge. It came with the anointing for flawless execution, for building intricate systems, and for a supernatural foresight that allowed him to see years into the future. He knew how to govern people justly, how to establish systems that created order and prosperity, and how to build a level of wealth that would sustain for generations. He was more than just a king. He was a divine architect in the earth. Heaven did not just give him answers, it gave him blueprints. And chosen one, that same spiritual blueprint is being downloaded into your spirit right now. You have probably already felt the shift. Suddenly, your ideas have a clear structure. Your thoughts have a newfound clarity. Your dreams have a divine direction. You are starting to see how all the seemingly disconnected pieces of your life could fit together, not just for your own personal benefit, but for something far greater than yourself. This is not ordinary inspiration. This is divine strategy. God is rewiring your mind to operate on a higher plane of existence. You are no longer thinking like a consumer. You are beginning to think like a creator. You are no longer operating from a mindset of lack. You are designing from a mindset of legacy. That is what the Solomon Mantle does. It fundamentally changes how you see the world. It changes how you build your life. It changes how you respond to problems. Because instead of being overwhelmed by challenges, you are now being anointed to solve them. Your brain is being rewired to think like a builder, not a beggar. You are being spiritually equipped to carry a divine vision and to translate that vision into a practical, step-by-step strategy. You no longer ask, "What do I need?" You now ask, "What can I create that will solve this problem?" That is why some of the groundbreaking ideas you have been receiving lately do not make any sense to the people around you. They are not from this earth. They are from heaven. They do not fit into the current culture. They are designed for the kingdom. They are not popular, but they are prophetic. You are no longer just dreaming for the sake of a mental escape. You are dreaming to design tangible solutions. You are not just planning for your future anymore. You are actively positioning yourself and others for a divine alignment. Every insight you receive is a seed. Every blueprint is a breakthrough in disguise. You are moving from a state of mere inspiration to a state of focused implementation, from scattered thoughts to sacred, strategic action. This shift is not random. It is deeply spiritual. It is happening because the Solomon Mantle is now resting fully upon your shoulders. You have matured into the season of your life where divine strategy is required. You are no longer just being filled up. You are being deployed. Solomon built a temple that was so detailed, so strategic, and so masterfully designed that even kings and queens from foreign lands came to study its brilliance. And chosen one, that same architectural anointing is now upon you. You are being called to build something that will outlast your own lifetime. You are being trusted to design something so wise, so precise, and so divinely aligned that even nations will be impacted by your obedience. Do not ignore the divine downloads. Do not dismiss the heavenly blueprints, even if no one else around you can see the vision yet. You were wired for this. Heaven did not just anoint you to think, it anointed you to solve. God is unlocking Solomon-level solutions in your mind because nations, businesses, families, and future generations will one day come to you for your counsel. And when they ask you how you knew what to do, you will not say, "I figured it out." You will say, "The strategy was spiritual, the blueprint was divine, and all the glory belongs to God. Chapter 3. The magnetic force of wealth and wisdom. When Solomon stepped fully into his kingly mantle, something supernatural and extraordinary began to happen. Wealth did not just come to him, it chased him. Kings and rulers from all over the known world sent him tribute and treasures. The Queen of Sheba did not visit him because she was bored. She traveled across vast and dangerous deserts with camels loaded with gold, rare spices, and precious stones, simply to sit in Solomon's presence and to hear him speak. She was not coming for entertainment. She was coming for an encounter. Because when you carry true divine wisdom, people will pay just to hear your voice. They will sow into your silence. They will honor your very presence. And chosen one, that same magnetic force is being activated in your life right now, in this season of the bloom. There is a powerful spiritual magnetism that is forming around you, not because of who you are in the natural, but because of what you carry in the spirit. Your presence has changed. Your atmosphere has shifted. Heaven has marked you. And now, both wealth and wisdom are being drawn to you like iron to a powerful magnet. You are going to start noticing divine opportunities locating you without any effort on your part. Doors that you did not knock on will begin to swing wide open. Rooms that you did not qualify for in man's eyes will begin to call your name. People will begin to offer you help that you never requested, resources that you never searched for, and solutions that you never expected. It will feel random to your natural mind, but in the spirit, it is precise. It is the direct result of your alignment. It is the effect of a powerful spiritual law. Wisdom attracts wealth. And when God places his supernatural wisdom inside of you, he sends the provision that is required to support it. This is why you no longer have to strive or hustle for every single blessing. This is why your efforts are now carrying a supernatural momentum. Because you are walking in divine wisdom, wealth has now become your servant, not your master. You are not chasing provision anymore. Provision is now showing up as a confirmation that you are walking in your divine purpose. You will begin to notice a sudden and unexplainable favor. People will be drawn to your clarity, your calmness, and your confidence, not knowing that it is all flowing from the powerful mantle that is now resting on your life. What used to be hard for you will suddenly start to flow with ease. What used to require a constant pushing will now only require a strategic positioning. The tables in your life are turning, not because you are manipulating outcomes, but because God is manifesting what he has already marked as yours. You do not have to force what has already been divinely ordained. The right connections are already on their way to you. The financial increase has already been released from the heavenly realms. The help you need has already been assigned to you. All you have to do is stay in alignment. All you have to do is keep honoring the wisdom that you have been given. Because divine wisdom does not just protect, it attracts. It opens gates. It draws kings. It secures a lasting legacy. This is not the season for you to chase. This is the season for you to carry. Because when you carry the Solomon mantle, the world begins to respond differently to you. Provision hears your call. Wealth follows your footsteps. And influence recognizes your authority. You are not being blessed because of your popularity. You are being blessed because of your posture. You have chosen wisdom over worldly gain, and now the gain is coming as a divine confirmation that your choice was right. The shift is already happening. You do not need to force your way into any room. You do not need to explain your value. You do not need to convince people of your calling. Just keep walking in the wisdom. Just keep stewarding what heaven has placed in your hands. Because you are not chasing anything anymore. It is all being divinely drawn to you. This is a pivotal moment on your journey with chosen pathways. If you are ready to fully embrace your season of the bloom and walk in the wisdom of Solomon, subscribe now. By subscribing, you are affirming your commitment to stewarding this divine mantle with integrity and purpose. Chapter 4. You have a king's mindset in a world of common thinking. Solomon did not rise to a level of unparalleled greatness by copying the crowd. He rose because he thought differently. He did not operate on impulse. He moved with divine intention. He did not chase the noise of public opinion. He sought a deep and profound understanding. And chosen one, that same kingly mindset has been embedded deep into your spirit. You were never wired for an average life. You were never meant to blindly follow the trends of this world. You were born to set divine patterns. From an early age, you saw the world differently. You questioned what others blindly accepted. You were not drawn to shallow, surface-level explanations. You have always had a deep hunger for depth and for truth. And that hunger was not a sign of rebellion. It was a sign of the royalty that was waking up inside of you. You think like a king because your spirit was carved by the King of Kings. While others are busy chasing recognition, you are chasing revelation. While they are competing for applause, you are competing with your own potential. You are not distracted by what they are doing because you are too focused on what you are becoming. You carry a long-game mindset, a legacy perspective. You do not just look at the immediate outcomes. You ask about the impact that those outcomes will have 5 years, 10 years, and even generations from now. This is why people do not always understand you. They often misread your quiet nature as pride. They mislabel your need for isolation as arrogance. But you are not disconnected. You are deeply consecrated. You are not avoiding people. You are protecting what God is building inside of you. You do not talk just to be heard. You speak only when heaven has released something that is worth saying. You do not engage in every single argument, because kings do not argue with peasants about temporary things. You have grown past the need for other people's approval. You are led by your divine assignment now. That is why you often feel like you do not fit in, because you were never designed to blend in. You are not here to fit the world's mold. You are here to break it and to establish something better in its place. You carry an insight into realms that most people completely ignore. Where others see problems, you see patterns. Where others panic, you discern purpose. Where others chase luxury, you chase legacy. Because kings think in timelines that go far beyond their own lifetime. You are not just trying to make it in this life. You are trying to leave something behind that will echo the wisdom and the character of God long after you are gone. You value peace over popularity, solitude over the spotlight, and purpose over position. That is why you have been so misunderstood, overlooked, and underestimated for so long. Because your mindset does not make sense to those who have not yet matured spiritually. But heaven understands you. Heaven recognizes you. Heaven has been watching how you govern your thoughts, your emotions, and your choices. And because you have passed the quiet tests of self-control, because you did not let the world pull you off your course, because you did not compromise your principles for popularity, because you did not let rejection break your spirit, now comes the divine release of sovereign blessings. God can now trust you with king-level resources because you already think like a ruler, not a consumer. You are not greedy for riches. You are hungry for righteousness. You are not chasing status. You are fulfilling a divine strategy. This mindset was not taught to you. It was transferred to you through your trials. It was formed in the fire, refined in the wilderness, and shaped in the silence. And now that it has fully matured, heaven is about to fund the vision that you have been carrying in secret. You are about to walk into rooms that require royal thinking. You are about to make decisions that will shift destinies. Chapter 5. The Test Before the Treasure. Before Solomon ever operated in the fullness of his kingly mantle, before the rivers of gold flowed into his kingdom, before the magnificent palaces were built, before the nations came from afar to hear his wisdom, there was a test. And that test did not involve riches, recognition, or a great reward. It involved reverence. The very first thing that Solomon did when he ascended the throne was not to demand respect or to show off his newfound status. It was to honor the presence of God. He brought a massive offering to the Lord, not just from his wealth, but from the depths of his heart. His first act was not to flex his power. It was to bow in profound humility. He gave extravagantly, not to impress the people, but to express how deeply he valued God's presence above everything else. And that, chosen one, is where the treasure truly begins. God is not looking for flashy starters. He is looking for faithful stewards. And before he trusts you with an abundance of resources, he will always test you in the hidden places. And chosen one, you have been tested. You have passed exams that no one on earth saw, but heaven certainly did. You have obeyed when it cost you your comfort. You have given generously when your own bank account said to hold on. You have stayed silent when you had every right to defend yourself against false accusations. You showed up for others when no one was showing up for you. You kept praying when the answers did not seem to come. You kept sowing seeds of faith when the harvest looked impossibly far away. You kept honoring God when it looked like nothing in your life was moving. These were not just empty spiritual disciplines, they were divine qualifying rounds. Heaven was watching. God was recording. And while others may have thought that you were wasting your time, you were passing the most important tests of all. You have passed the tests of character. You have passed the tests of loyalty. You have passed the tests of stewardship. And you have passed the tests of purity. You have proven that you will not turn a blessing into an idol. You have proven that your worship is not conditional on your circumstances. You have proven that your obedience is your default setting, not just when it is convenient, but especially when it is costly. You were being watched in secret because the reward that was coming to you was meant to be public. And now, the treasure is coming. Not because you have manipulated anything, but because you have respected the divine process. You have honored God in private, and now He is about to honor you in public. Solomon's great treasure was directly connected to his worship, and so is yours. That is why God can trust you with wealth. That is why money will multiply in your hands. Because it is not just money to you, it is a mission. It is not about your status, it is about your divine strategy. You do not love the treasure, you love the truth. You do not serve the gold, you serve your God. The blessings that are about to come into your life are not random, they are rewards. Heaven is about to release the tangible evidence of the tests that you have passed in secret, for the moments when you were crying but still obeying, for the moments when you were confused but still surrendered, for the moments when you were broken but still building. And now, just like Solomon, you are stepping into a season where wisdom and wealth will begin to flow together, because your worship has laid the foundation. Your heart was the altar, and your obedience was the incense that rose before heaven. Chosen one, your treasure is not coming because of luck. It is coming because of your loyalty. Because you have honored the test, God is now releasing the treasure. And what is about to be placed in your hands is not just an abundance of resources. It is an assignment that is fully funded by divine favor. And it all started when you chose Him, even when it hurt. Chapter 6. You are about to be sought out. Solomon did not have to network his way into a position of influence. He did not chase after platforms, followers, or the approval of men. He did not have to shout to be heard. His God-given wisdom made room for him. He simply walked in the anointing that God gave him. And because of that, kings, rulers, and entire nations came looking for him. They traveled great distances, carrying immense wealth, honor, and their most difficult questions, all just to sit at the feet of a man who carried something truly divine. And chosen one, that same anointing is now resting upon you. You have been in a hidden season, not because you are being overlooked, but because you are being preserved. You have been feeling invisible, but you are actually being protected until this moment of your divine release. God has been developing something within you that the world cannot manufacture: authentic, divine clarity. And in this world of noise and confusion, clarity is rare, clarity is expensive, and clarity is sought out. People are about to start looking for you, not for entertainment, but for an encounter. They are not coming to be impressed by you. They are coming to be impacted by you. Your story, your scars, your strategies, and your spirit, all of it is being divinely prepared to answer the very questions that this world cannot solve on its own. Do not be surprised when your name is suddenly mentioned in rooms you did not even know existed. Do not be shocked when invitations start arriving in your inbox without you ever having pitched anything. God is placing your name in the hearts of decision-makers, influencers, investors, and leaders. Not because you sought them out, but because you first sought Him. You will be invited. You will be called for. You will be sought out. People will come to you asking for your insight because there is a level of wisdom that you carry that did not come from textbooks, but from the trenches of your life. You did not just learn this, you lived it. You did not just study it, you survived it. You did not just rise, you wrestled with God through the entire process. And now that pure oil is flowing from your life, heaven is ready to broadcast it. This next season of your life will be marked by a profound divine recognition. In the same way that the Queen of Sheba came loaded with treasure just to hear Solomon speak, people will sow into your life just to sit under the sound of your wisdom. They will honor what you carry because what you carry solves their real problems. You will speak, and people will be healed. You will write, and nations will be transformed. You will build, and generations will benefit from it. You are not invisible. You are in a divine incubation. God has hidden you for such a time as this. And when you are finally revealed, it will not be by any human effort. It will be by a divine announcement. You have been praying for an impact, but God is giving you an influence. You have been asking to serve a few, but God is sending you to nations. You have been thinking locally, but your mantle is global. Because the wisdom that is within you is not small. It is royal, it is sacred, it is Solomonic. This is why you had to be misunderstood. This is why the spotlight skipped over you for so long. This is why others were chosen first. Because your unveiling had to be divinely timed, not rushed. The waiting was not a punishment, it was a positioning. You were being seasoned in the silence so that when you finally speak, heaven itself will move. You were being tested in private so that when you are finally seen, your character can sustain the immense weight of what is coming. Like Solomon, you will not need to strive. The oil on your life will advertise itself. The wisdom that you carry will be your invitation. The clarity in your voice will be your calling card. Chapter 7. Stewardship unlocks the next level. Solomon's downfall did not come because he lost his wisdom. He did not fall because he lacked knowledge or insight. He failed because he stopped stewarding what he was given with purity, with intentionality, and with reverence. He mismanaged his immense influence. He let compromise creep into his deepest convictions. He allowed the blessings to distract him from the blesser. And chosen one, that is the cautionary tale and the most important divine reminder for you right now. Because the mantle that you carry is not ordinary, it is royal, it is weighty, and it is heaven-backed. And while it will attract an abundance of favor, wealth, access, and authority, it also attracts an immense responsibility and a heightened level of scrutiny from both heaven and the earth. God did not anoint you with the Solomon mantle just so that you could receive an abundance of blessings. He anointed you to steward those blessings, to manage them wisely, to protect them fiercely, and to use them not just for your own personal elevation, but for the liberation of others. So here is the divine charge for you in this season of the bloom. Protect your purity at all costs. Do not let compromise or ego enter into the sacred space where only reverence should reside. The enemy will not try to attack your mantle directly. He will try to corrupt your management of it. Guard your peace. Busyness does not equal progress. There will be many more voices trying to get your attention in this next season. But that makes it even more important that you stay sensitive to the one voice that truly matters, God's. Prioritize your divine priorities. There will be many opportunities that will come to you that could feed your ego but would starve your spirit. You must stay aligned with heaven's pace and heaven's purpose, even if it means saying no to things that could bring you instant applause but would lead to a long-term decay of your soul. Do not let your success distract you from its source. Do not let your wealth replace your worship. Everything that God is giving you flows directly from His heart, not from your hustle. So never confuse the gift with the giver. Remember, this mantle is not just for you. It is for the people who are assigned to your life. It is for the generations that will one day eat from the trees that you are planting right now. You are not just called to possess the blessing. You are called to administer it in righteousness. Your influence must reflect His glory, not your ego. Your wealth must advance His kingdom, not just your lifestyle. Your wisdom must flow from His presence, not just from your own intellect. Because as long as you remain humble and aligned, the mantle on your life will keep expanding. As long as you remain teachable, surrendered, and faithful, God will keep trusting you with more. Solomon started with a deep fear of the Lord, but he ended up with foreign gods. He started as a humble servant, and he ended as a cautionary example. Let that never be your story. You were chosen not just to start strong, but to finish well. You have already passed the tests. You are being elevated for a divine reason. But the true next level of your life will not be accessed by your ambition. It will be unlocked by your faithful stewardship. So steward your time. Steward your relationships. Steward your wisdom. Steward your soul. The Solomon Mantle was not just about abundance. It was about your divine assignment. And so is yours. You have been chosen to carry what many others have dropped. If this final charge resonates with your spirit, subscribe to Chosen Pathways to continue receiving guidance on your journey. Like this video to affirm your commitment to faithful stewardship, and share it with another anointed one who is stepping into their season of the bloom. Your path is chosen, your purpose is great, and your time is now. Walk in it wisely.